Evening, ladies and germs. Ooh, there's a Honda that I got a problem with. It's just ugly. It's so much so the name escapes me for the moment. I hate it. Don't you hate it when you know something? You know what it is. You know whatever the hell it is, what it is it's called. You know it. You forget it. You just have a temporary Alzheimer's. You know? Okay. Since I do everything ab lib and spur of the moment, where the hell am I? I'm on La Rue Dufresne et Charlemagne with a really worn out sens unique sign, a one-way sign arrow. Ah, the classic French-Canadian roofs of the 17th century. Yeah, it's quite Montreal, it's quite Quebec City, it's quite Trois-Rivières and Sherbrooke and so forth. It's one of the reasons why I'm proud to be a Québécois, a Canadian. Because as our former Prime Minister once said, or probably said many times actually, Canada is the greatest country to live. And he also said too, once that cracked me up, he says, what? A proof is a proof? If you have enough proof, it's proven. Think about that. Huh? So I guess we'll keep walking up here at Dufresne Street. Oh look, that's an old bathhouse. See, before there was indoor plumbing, you know, with sinks and baths and showers. The city of Montreal, like many urban dwellings, urban areas, they made these bathhouses so people could all go with their families, friends, whatever, and they all get clean for a change, you know. Right here on the corner of de Maisonneuve Boulevard and Dufresne Wit, no less. Way over there at that corner there, right past that light, is the front of that garage where I'm pointing at the scrap chuck. Putain de merde. Anyway, so now it's fittingly, it's a pool, so it's still, in a way, it's still a bath, right? Because I mean, if you're going swimming, you're bathing, you're not using soap, but still you're getting cleansed. You know what I mean, for Christ's sake. For crying out loud. Wow, that's an unusual color for this Volvo, eh? Definitely a repaint, that's for sure. Yeah. She's still rusty though. Got a lot of miles on that fucking baby, I'll tell you right now. I saw today late 80s, early 90s Volvo 740. It's true what they say, those cars were well made, man. Seriously. They were well made. In terms of like being safe and all that, just such a solid construction. That's why you still see them. And I can't imagine how much more of them there must be out west. But then again, they were not great cars in the quality department. Most people would say Volvo, scrap. You know what I'm saying? God, I hope I didn't. You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'll film a walk on a street here in Montreal, and even though I've been living in the East End now for 4 years, and I've lived in different parts of the city, things start. You know, even though buildings are pretty much, you know, a lot of times they're different, right? But sometimes they're really similar too in how they look and the colors and the styles of things. And so I'm like, I could be on a street. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm like, did I film this already? Am I having a deja vu moment or what? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Look at that beautiful roof right there. Look at that, eh? Look at that. I could picture a 59 Meteor Montcalm parked right in the front. Or better yet, a Rideau 500, top of the line. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that is a Canadian Ford. And oddly enough, they sold also that design, so to speak, to the Australians, but they didn't call it a Meteor. So. Anyway, so moving along past all these boring fucking cars here. Even this, I don't care if it's new, I still hate it. Especially that CRV. Oy, oy, oy. Now that Cherokee, that's a nice looking machine, you know? That's your quintessential 4x4 deluxe luxury big gas sucking motor. But you know what? I like it probably more than anything else I've seen on the street, actually. You know? Bon, là on est au coin de... We're on the corner of... We'll see here in a moment. We'll let this Mercedes pass. Go ahead, buddy. Oh, look at that Monte Carlo. Oh, look at this. Oh, you don't see these every day. Not only because they weren't produced in very high numbers, they were not exactly top of the line in the quality department. But still, sometimes when you buy a car, it's about style. And from what I see, it's pretty much all freaking boring over here, I'll tell you right now, man. You know me, I don't fucking mince words. I call a spade, call it for what it is. Sound like Tony Clifton when I talk like that now. Oh, I don't like these fucking guys standing here, all wearing black. I don't even want to show the fucking sign. They're gonna think I'm filming them now. Oh, fuck that, man. I'm making a video. We're at the corner of Logan. Hey, my landlord used to live around here somewhere. That way, he's one of the best guys you could ever meet. He's amazing. He's one of the finest examples of a human being, as I always say to people you could imagine. Well, I don't always say that, but I always say amazing things about him. Seriously. So, yeah, anyway, moving along. As you can see, I'm trying not to avoid showing people's faces because it's a question of respect. Some people don't want to be photographed, they don't want to be filmed, and that's fine, you know. But if they get in my shot and I'm filming them driving a truck or a locomotive, whatever, well, you know, hey, it's like I'm not, you know, you're working in public, in my opinion, and that's how she goes. Oh man, these are pretty dull, depressing looking buildings, or maybe it's because there's no sun on them, I guess. Yeah, I talk too much. Look at this ugly thing. Well, at least it's jazzy. And that's a rust bucket. Ford fuck us. Now, I'd like to point something out here at the corner of Dufresne and Provençal, and I hear a cop car responding. Now, you know, this area is so fucking old that it was made before cars were made, because check this out here. Let me see if I can really show you. It's hard to show you, but look how tight this intersection is. This street right here is. They don't make them like that anymore, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Turn it a century or less likely. I mean, this is one of the oldest neighborhoods in the world. And that huge building, by the way, right there, that's either how you see it, a friend or a foe. That's the Sûreté du Québec Provincial Police Headquarters there. And now that I say that out loud, it makes me wonder how many of them actually live around here. I'm sure not many. I'm sure not many at all. That's something about a garbage collection in that area. Or this area, I should say. Oh, shit, there was that cop car. I just saw him zoom by. I probably didn't even get him. Yeah. So, looking always for the beautiful old cars. There's a cabriolet over there, I think, or is it a Charger? Oh fuck, it's a Mustang, man. They'll never let me drive it. Oh, sí, señor. Mucho grande. V8 power. These guys, their scooters, they crack me up. I don't know, it's just funny. Why? Me who dreams of filming a ride in a 65 four-door Galaxy 500 or something of the like with Suspicion playing by Terry Stafford, which was a Stafford success song from 1965. Something I've been noodling in my head mostly in the subway when I'm riding in the old metro cars. You know that song? You know that song? You older guys know it. You know that song? Every time I see you, I still go. No, wait, hang on a second. I think I'm fucking this up here. Oh yeah, every time I see you, I'm still not certain that you love me. Every time I see you, I'm still not certain that you care. Da, da. And there's this organ, really cheesy organ. Da, 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 da. And I just picture, you know, like the typical mom and dad car at that time. Ford Galaxy 500, 1965, Ford Custom, Ford Fairlane, fucking Chevy Impala, Bel Air, Biscayne, Buick LeSabre, etc., etc., etc. Instead of all these freaking boring cars. I'm trying not to swear, okay? I'm trying to change. I had an epiphany, I think, a couple of days ago, or a few days ago on Friday. And I'm not going to go into it, but let's just say after a long walk over to Mount Royal and down the hill there, had a lot of time to reflect, clear my head. And you know what? Life is good. I had look at this. That's another street I need to film. Look at how cool that is. Why is this street like this? There's a few streets like this in the plateau. Look at cobblestone. You have to wonder, is that original or no? Well, right now I'm walking Dufresne Street, so I'm going to focus on that some other time. You know what I'm saying? Where's the sign for that? Okay, that is La Rue Rigaud, I think. Je pense, non, ça dit more Manga. Holy shit, Manga, like the restaurant, Manga's restaurant. Family member of mine brought up that restaurant recently. He said that that place went downhill in the quality department and not in the price. And I'm like, I don't know, man, because about 6 months before my uncle died, or a year later, year before, whatever, he took me there for once. And I would go back there sometimes periodically. It was delicious. I had the pepper steak. Pepper steak with mashed potatoes. That's the Irish way. Irish. Ireland lassie. Why do I sound like a pirate when I say that? Whatever. It tabarnak, look how old that sign is. I don't want to show that lady there, but I'm going to wait till she passes here. I'm at, on est où là? Dufresne et Lalonde, like Pierre Lalonde. Right. Anyway, look at this old dépanneur here. Isn't that vintage? Nice vintage sign. There are tons of places like that here. It's incredible. Only in Montreal could you have a dépanneur one across the street from the other on the same block. You know? There's no real oldies tonight, boys and girls. I'm sorry to say. Too bad, but that's the way she goes, man. The cost of owning a vehicle is very expensive, more than ever. And also, then you got other things like, you know, insurance and maybe parking, and oh my god, it goes on and on. But especially those cars, they suck gas like there's no tomorrow. And somebody, it smells like, is cooking some eggs. Could have swore I smelled some eggs there for a moment, which is strange because it's like almost 8 o'clock. So yeah, I think I smell eggs. No, I think I smell pancakes, which is funny because I made some pancakes today. Yeah, man, pancakes are one of the reasons for being. I mean, if you can't fucking spoil yourself and you're a health nut, you don't eat something like that, man, I feel sorry for you. That fucking life is short, man. Fucking announced today, they're saying that North Korea, I don't know, apparently now all of a sudden it was breaking news that they might have, they have a capability now of fucking ICBM, or that's what it looks like, but they're not certain or some shit like that. Ah, come on. They're saying that's breaking news, man. Whatever, fuck, you know? Just like, man, I don't see myself living very long anyway, so maybe that's one of the reasons why I had an epiphany the other day, because I, you know, having a midlife crisis. Hate to say it, you know, because I'm 41 now, and it seems like I've lived half my life not correctly. And I don't mean like dishonestly or anything, just lots of stuff I should have been doing that I didn't because of my obsession with cars and so forth. It's, now look at this, holy Christ, that's a cool bike, but man. Speaking of death, that's a fucking major accident waiting to happen right there. Holy shit, man, you couldn't pay me to take a road trip on that thing. Look, there's like 2 pieces of chrome on there, fuck. You know, dang, man, it wouldn't take much, believe me. And in the dark especially, oh my god, that mural is incredible, eh? Anyway, we're gonna end it here there, because, yeah, that's it for Dufresne Street. Okay? Now we're at the corner of Ontario Street, and that's the RJR Tobacco Company right there. God, I think it's been there since the early 1900s, late 1800s about. Yeah, so, as they say, that's all she wrote. Old trailers. Like those clouds. I got a killer sunset last night, actually. Oh yeah, man. On my way home, it was dynamite. Dynamite, I tells you. Well, as we say in bon français, c'est ça qui est ça, là. So, yeah, Chevy Malibu taxi. I've watched this. In 5-10 years, there won't even be any more American cars as taxis. No, sorry. In 5-10 years, there won't even be cars anymore. It'll be fucking bubbles. It'll be worse than the Jetsons. We're all gonna be going around. So forget about what I love. That's why I'm trying to get my interest in other things, because I think all these old cars, half of them aren't going to exist in the future. Hey, nice timing. That's a finish with a bang. Thanks, buddy, on the skateboard. Right on. Would have been better if he broke his ass. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, y'all take it easy now. Adios. Bye-bye.